So dear learners, in this video we will be discussing about the system testing. Okay. So basically under the development testing is concerned, the unit testing is the first type, and second testing that we discussed was that is the component testing. Now we will go for the system testing. It is clear. Okay. So in case of unit testing, that we tested the individual bits of that particular software or the system, like objects, methods, or functions, procedures, or individual small programs. And then in the component testing, we used to combine more than one units, and we used to get a composite components, and then we tested for the interface testing there. Okay. And now in case of system testing is concerned, so here we are going to integrate more than one component. When we will integrate more than one component, we are going to get a different versions of the system, and we are going to perform the testing on the whole system here. Okay. And also at the same time we are going to focus on how an integration will be done, or how the interaction is going to get happen between one component to the another component. So that is the main theme of system testing is concerned. Okay. So in this, actually just have a look at some of the important points here. So system testing, that is, it will be done during the development. Okay. Which involves integrating the components to create a version of system, and then testing the integrated system here. Okay. So as just now as I told that we are going to integrate more than one components here to get system, and on the whole system, on that particular version of that particular system, the testing will be done here. Okay. And here the focus in the system testing is testing the interaction between the components. Why? Because a system is not a single entity. Okay. A system is always made up of different components or subsystems or modules. Okay. And our focus should be always towards testing what, how the interaction is going to be taken place between one component to the another component. So that is the main purpose of what the system testing is concerned. At the same time, system testing is going to check that components are, whether all the components are compatible or not. Okay. And whether they are going to interact correctly or not, whether they are going to transfer the right data at the right time. Okay. Across their interfaces, all such things will be get tested during this system testing is concerned. And the another point is system testing tests the emergent behavior of the system. This is very important, because so here the emergent behavior is nothing but just like a non-functional requirement. Okay. So as if, for example, say if you want to analyze the overall performance of a system as a software. Okay. So just by looking at one part of the system or on one particular component, we cannot say that my software is a good performing software. This is highly impossible. Okay. So whenever you want to define such kind of emergent behavior, like the reliability of a system, availability of a system, maintainability of a system. Okay. So all such kind of emergent behavior that can be tested system as a whole. Okay. And that can be done with this system testing is concerned. Okay. So moving ahead, especially in case of system testing. Okay. Just now I told that multiple components will be get integrated, where out of these multiple components, some of the components may be the reusable components, and some of the components are what, newly developed components. So here the reusable components in the in the meaning here is they might be called as off the shelf systems, because these components are not developed from the scratch level, so they might be readily available already. Okay. Such components that we are going to call it as a reusable components. And some of the components which are not readily available, okay, those components will be get designed, developed. Okay. That we are going to call them as a newly developed components. And during this system testing, okay, so we are going to integrate both such kind of reusable components, as well as what, the newly developed components, and the whole or the complete system is going to be get tested over there. Okay. So clearly here we can make a assurance saying that, okay, both kind of the components, either it may be a reusable component, or it may be what, the newly developed component, after integrating, how they will behave, that can be get tested by what, the system testing is concerned. And the another point is the components developed by different team members, or what the subsystems may be what integrated at this stage. So here normally what happens, all the subsystems may not be developed by the same teams. Different people or different teams might have developed different subsystems, and now these subsystems will be get integrated. Okay, and the system testing is going to be done as a collective. Okay, not rather than in individual process. So here we are not going to perform the testing subsystem by subsystem. Okay, we will integrate all together such kind of subsystems, and on a collective basis on one particular complete system the testing will be done over here. Is it clear? And especially in most of the IT companies are concerned, normally this system testing is always done by a separate testing team. That's very important. Okay, normally you might have heard about the testing professionals, especially validation or testing. It's a separate phase in our software engineering process activities are concerned. Okay, so in most of the companies, always on any software systems are concerned, this system testing is always done by a separate team. But normally there will be no involvement of the designers and the programmers who have actually developed those units or components or subsystems over here. Okay, so that point is to be get remembered here. And especially in case of this system testing is concerned, as we told that we are mainly focusing on the interactions which might be taking between one component to the another component, or one subsystem to the another subsystem. So here our use case testing is very much useful. Okay, and these use cases are going to be get developed to identify the system interactions. Okay, and as many as possible the system interactions that we are able to identify, based on that we can go forward the system testing is concerned. So especially here in each use case, usually it is going to involve the several system components, so that the testing the use case forces what these interactions are going to be get occur, and how these interactions are going to be get happen. All these things can be tested very easily. Okay, with the help of this use case testing is concerned. And for this use case testing, and to identify the n number of different interactions, normally we used to prefer the sequence diagrams or interaction diagram as a system models that we are going to develop during our requirement specification or design part is concerned, during that particular system is concerned. So we will make use of these sequence diagrams. Okay, which are going to be get associated with a different kind of interactions between multiple components. Okay, so just have a look at one particular example here. So here is an example of one sequence diagram which has been drawn for collecting the weather data. Okay, so as a case study we have already discussed a weather mapping system. So here the how we are going to collect the weather data from the weather station. So for that we have written one simple sequence diagram is concerned here. If you observe here, you can see there weather information system, satellite communication, weather station, communication link, weather data. These are all the different components which are involved in this particular collecting the weather data is concerned. Okay, and how what interactions are going to be taken place between all these components. So that we have exhibited with these arrow mark here. Okay, that is the specialty of this sequence diagram or interaction diagram. So here the weather information system is going to put a request for the report that will be sent to the satellite communication. From there the request will be sent to what the weather station. Okay, with for reporting the weather, and then from the weather station a summary of the report. To get that summary of the report, a communication link will be get established, and a summarized report of the weather data will be get prepared, and that will be sent back to the what the weather station. From the weather station, once again the report will be sent back to what the weather information system in terms of its reply. Okay, so this is how the overall the collection of report, that is weather report, that is going to be taken place. And these are all the different variety of interactions that will be taken place during what this particular functionality is concerned. So this is how in system testing, using these sequence diagrams, we will be identifying the variety of interactions, and we will be checking with how exactly our components are going to be get interact. Okay, so this is what happening in system testing is concerned. And finally, just have a look at a small topic, that is testing policies, because system testing is not a simple task, because we are going to consider the whole system, which is made up of many different subsystems or components or modules are concerned, and it is not so easy to test the whole system with all aspects, with each and every corner of that particular system. Testing is a very difficult task there. So for that, we need to define a testing policy, so that each and every part of the system will be get covered here, okay, with system test coverage. So for that, we need to define the proper testing policies. So some of the examples for the testing policy here, just have a look at here. For example, all system functions that are accessed through menus should be tested. See there. So this is one policy that we have defined, so that no function should be get missed out here. Okay. So this is what the policy that we are going to adopt. And another example here is combinations of functions that are accessed through the same menu must be what tested. And another suggestion is wherever the user input is where the input user is provided here, all the functions must be tested with what, both correct and what, incorrect input. Okay, so when if you have created any some no, for example, say if you have created any text box, okay, to read some input from the end user there, then it is very much essential to check with always with the correct input also, as well as with what, the incorrect input. See, for example, see if you have created one login page with username and password here, always you need to check with the correct username, that's the valid username, and also what, invalid username. So in both cases, you need to test that how your system is going to behave. You have to check with the correct password, that's valid password, and what, invalid password. So if you check with invalid password, then how the system is going to get behave. Okay, so that you need to check it out. Okay, so these are all the different types of testing policies that you need to adopt, so that each and every corner of the whole system is to be get tested, and every component, subsystem, or that module across the whole system is to be get what, covered here. Okay, so this is all about the system testing is concerned here. Okay, thank you.